Hey everyone, this is a kind of build video, I guess. I had this Spellbreaker 8th array character that I was using a couple weeks ago, before release came out, before they did some changes that made me really get back into playing a sorcerer version of this. And that character, I decided to not make it an 8th array character anymore, and I decided to take him into melee. And in doing that, he is now using the new Amarasta's Blade Burst with Lethal Assault. So, this video is not so much going to be about, oh, look at this amazing build, look how amazing it is, look how well it synergizes, and all that stuff. It's going to be more of just let's play around with Amarasta's Blade Burst and Lethal Assault while I go hunting for a new sword for this character. I am, however, going to give a cursory overview of the things that this class has. First and foremost is Amarasta's Blade Burst and Lethal Assault. Obviously, I wouldn't be pointing it out if I wasn't using it. And the new Blade Burst with high cooldown can actually get a lot of bursts going. So if we come and slap around the training dummies, it's like every second, maybe a little faster than that even, Amarasta's Blade Burst happens, and we actually get a nice chunk of offensive ability off of it, and DPS increase because of the way Lethal Assault works. And in the rest of Nightblade, we have 1 point in Shadow Strike because it's Shadow Strike. It's really handy to just get around. Pneumatic Burst. Hey, quiet down, guys. So Pneumatic Burst with Shadow Dance is sort of our main line of defense, and by keeping it up with our gear, we have 36 and 37 for our dodge and deflect chance, respectively. And I might actually try to get more gear for getting that higher. Veil of Shadow, we have, I think both are capped out. These two, I believe, are at 10 or 11 each. Probably 10 each. You don't really need to take them higher than their caps. These two are at cap, and the cold damage reduction and the defensive ability, or offensive ability, and total speed reductions are really great for keeping us alive. And they couple really well together, these two abilities. 1 point in Blade Barrier for the Oh Poopy button. 1 point in Anatomy of Murder, because if I get more plus the skills, that's more cunning. And Phantasmal Armor actually does have 1 point in it as well. It just gets a lot of pluses from our gear. On the Arcanist side of things, our main Arcanist ability is Devastation. We're going to be using, well, Electra's Flash Freeze technically, but for damage it's going to be Devastation, and this is going to give us a good chunk of damage over both single targets and groups alike. And also Electra's Flash Freeze, we can hit the training dummies from all the way over here with that, and it actually is dealing not bad damage. So Electra's Flash Freeze, really nice, really nice at cap. Just the what is it, 16 meter radius is insanity. That's basically the entire screen. I have Iskander's Elemental Exchange at cap for the elemental damage. 1 point on Mirror of Oraktes. It's not 9, is it? Because it's 2. I think that's just my 2. So 2 and 1. So it's at, yeah, actually it's at 9. I believe that's at 9. Conversion is at 1. Calidor's Tempest we all have as our 3 point setup, so we can use it as a knockdown and a little extra aether damage while we're fighting. It's on a quick enough cooldown with all the cooldown reduction we have that we'll actually have a lot of Calidor's Tempest available to us. Inner Focus is maxed out. Arcane Will is 1 point. Nullification is 1 point. Fabric of Reality is at 10, I believe, in this. No, it's at 8 or something. I have it at cap, and then I have Star Pact maxed out. Devotion on the left side, we have the Jackal, the Viper, and the Revenant. I'm using the Revenant now with this guy because of the attack damage converted to health. Don't need the Vitality Res, really, but more attack damage converted to health and attack speed, plus bonus damage to undead. That's all really, really nice for the point investment. And it's not that difficult to get to. You only really need the Viper, the Jackal, and the 1 point in Crossroads. And that's pretty much just straight up just... Oh, and I have the Behemoth completed, so I have that as well to get me to 8. Yeah, so I have the full Behemoth and its ability, which is really nice. The Hawk for the offensive ability and to meet the prereqs for the Behemoth. And then on the right side, we have the Lion, Torgo the Builder with 4 points, 3 points on skills of Okama, completed the Panther, completed the Eel, completed Solemn Watcher, and 3 points into the Obelisk of Maynor, mostly for that awesome 300 armor bonus that this node gives us, but the percent defensive ability is really nice as well. I don't have all of my devotion shrines yet. I know the 2 I think I can go for that are really easy to get to. I just haven't needed to go get them exactly quite yet. But I think I'd probably just fill out these 3 points in the Dryad because of the poison res, the health, and the reduced poison bleed damage. Though I'd also consider putting 3 points into Yulo. I don't really need the elemental resistance as a problem. I don't really care about the leech resistances. But I'd want to get the chaos res or that more in like giant or poison res, because my 2 resistances I don't have a lot of are poison and chaos. Like, it's abysmally low on these 2, and I'm almost considering throwing a imbued silver on my offhand just so I can have some more chaos res, or maybe find some piece of gear that has that, like maybe even Wraithwalkers. But I haven't actually encountered anything that can really, really hurt this character unless it's like a one-shot. Because he has so much avoidance combined with some not bad defenses that he's actually pretty tough in Ultimate. So having like a couple resistances not in great places, I think I can deal with it. I mean, I know I would not be able... Well, I mean, he did run through with pretty much this chaos resistance. He did run through Darkvale. He's in Fort Icon, obviously, so he's been doing fine. But that was kind of before I did the Lethal Assault thing. And, yeah, his Chaos Res, like, I could probably handle everything up to... No, that's a lie. I could almost handle everything up to Log Heron. I don't think I could do Log Heron with low poison, low chaos. But I do have, chemistry on my side if I really, really needed to do that. And there's that one heroic purple name guy. The sort of giant void leech that shoots a lot of poison out, and what if it's a dot? That would probably kill this character with this poison res. So, yeah, but where I'm going right now, I won't really need either of those, so it's not a huge issue. So his gear is kind of... I'd probably... It's not bad. He's got some good legendaries. He mostly needs a better weapon, and that's what I'm going to be searching for today. I'm just going to go and sort of do a vloggy thing in New Old Arcavia. And he has a Soul Thief right now, for lack of a better item in my inventory. I want him to use a sword. I'm going to use a faster, very fast weapon. And I'm going to be looking for a Spectral Longsword. I think that's the best bet. I do have this Spectral Morningstar here, but it's not quite what I want. It's got that, nice slow speed. So I want to start off with something that's faster, very fast, and the Spectral Longsword's in that category. If I could get this, or a similar prefix-suffix setup on a longsword, I'd do that. And the Spectral Longswords have cold damage by default, and they have a bonus to Shadow Strike, which I don't really care about. But right now, Soul Thief is actually not a bad weapon. It's still a level 50 weapon, but it's not a bad weapon. Mostly because of the Soul Steal ability. So when that procs, you'll see... it's that big, like, blade arc looking thing. That is the Soul Steal ability. So it's actually proccing quite a bit. And it deals not bad damage, and it life steals. So it's like a miniature heal. And I'd actually miss that if I switch things out, but I think I need something that just deals more damage with every hit. Chest piece. Finally I have a character that can use the Frost Red Cuirass. It's the cool. I think it's the coolest looking armor in the game, except for the front skirt tabard thing sticks out a little bit too much. Like it's sticking out a little bit away from the legs. Otherwise, it's the coolest looking armor in the game, in my opinion, in terms of coolest chest piece. And it's got some pretty good abilities on it, and it suits this character just fine. Star Pact and Amarasta's Blade Burst is exactly what we are using. And it's got some really nice stats otherwise. His pants are the Fate Weaver's leggings, and these are pretty good. They're good Myvan Sphere pants. I think I'd maybe want to change them out for maybe Pretty Great pants would work here. I don't have those, so I'm obviously just going to use these for now. The prismatic barrier is actually not that bad. It'll definitely shore up all of our resistances when we need it to. My offhand is an Empowered Dementia, and I think I'd want to go with, it's called the Tome of Arcane Wastes. And Tome of Arcane Wastes is +1 to all skills on top of total damage and elemental damage. I wouldn't care about its ability it has. I mean, I don't even care about the tear on this. It doesn't proc that much. But I obviously don't have a Tome of Arcane Wastes, or I'd be using it. Shoulders are the Fate Weaver's Mantle. Pretty good. Well, pretty not bad. I like the Fade from Reality ability, because we're using a caster offhand. Fade from Reality is not bad in this case. Gloves are the Ice Scorn Talons, and Ice Scorn Talons overload Lethal Assault. I mean, that's a Spellbreaker item. Bonus Frost Novas, not going to argue with those. Wraithwalker Boots, this character, I forgot to mention, is kind of Cold Aether, because he's using Devastation with Aether. Calidor's Tempest is A3 as well, and this is the Cold Aether pair of boots. Wraithwalk is also a pretty nice ability to have. Again, it's that avoidance, and I think that actually helps a lot as we go through things. My amulet is kind of an auto oh poopy button amulet. Mercy is a great ability to have proc, and like it's not. It is uncommon to have this character's health drop that low, but when it does, you actually do see the heal happen, and it's definitely a save, especially in conjunction with Pneumatic Burst. I mean, my only problem is I don't have a DPS-y amulet, but we need defense because we're being up close and personal with a lot of the enemies. My rings are a Band of Eternal Haunt, and that's what you see when, like, that's. I had to have gotten one proc. Yeah, so you see these ghosts floating around. That's the proc for that. And the awesomest part about it is not only is it a great proc, and it fits the damage types we're using, but it's also it leaves the ghosts around the corpses when we kill them. So that's just really awesome. And then Screams of the Aether is just a general Aether ring. And I might want to switch that out for something more defensive. Maybe a Life Giver Signet, or maybe even a Cold Ring, so I'll have an Aether Ring and a Cold Ring. My Badge of Mastery was pretty much this character's Badge of Mastery from before, +2 to all extras, +3 to all extras, +2 to Albrecht's Aether Ray. But I'd probably switch it out later. He just needs the offensive ability right now. And my belt is a Phantom Thread girdle. I don't think I'd go with anything else for him, in all honesty, for a belt. And then Nemesis, with the Nemesis summon as his relic. His Physique Cunning Spirit is 1-to-1 Physique Spirit, because he was an Albrecht's Aether Ray character, which I then switched to, I threw 5 points, which is ironic, because I said I wouldn't do that with this character, but 5 points in Cunning, so he can actually equip swords, and to sort of relax his Cunning requirements. So I hope that, unlike last time, I have to get my finger away from my microphone cable. I hope, like last time, I don't die instantly with this character stepping into a place immediately. So his big advantages are he can just waste trash mobs like they're nothing. Electra's flash freeze is awesome for that. So you can just flash freeze, and like everything is now dying in here because he has a ton of stuff that also reduces cold resistance. Both the proc from his ring does it, but also having Veil of Shadow with what do you call it up? Veil of Shadow with Night's Chill is also another source of his hang on a second. Also another source of his cold reduction. So yeah, human champions are pretty much one of the things we're shooting for killing. I'm also gonna try to kill Nomos. Nomos, the one that's in the second level, I don't remember what it is. And then I'm gonna skip Rovina Kerr because she's heavily cold resistant. Which obviously makes it difficult to deal with because we're pretty much a cold Aether character, and we're a cold Aether character, so we tend to avoid enemies that are heavily cold resistant, which is funny because I actually have the Arcavian Warrant on this character, which means he's gonna get Muzalek a lot quicker. He's gonna get Muzalek like quicker than I'd really want him to, and I totally wasn't thinking when I gave him the damn thing. I was like, oh, I like playing this character. I'll give him the Arcavian Warrant. Wah, wah. But yeah, he can also just run through things really quickly as well. I think his one big weakness is his health is abysmal. But he's a Spellbreaker. There's nothing really that can raise his health up in his classes. All of his health increases come from items and from devotion. So yeah, it's like we're just going through here and things are dying. Like the Frost Revenant, of course, didn't, but yeah, Electra's is really nice. really nice for killing the trash mobs. Especially when you get it this gigantic. Like we're hitting things at like the top of the screen here. So it deals with the trash mobs while we fight the hero mobs. The strategy for her is to not really... Ooh. That was close. Oh, there's a... no! Piece of crap. Okay, I guess we get to fight her even more now. So the basic strategy for... Laudos Vagra. Laudos Vagra is to have either a heal or blade barrier or Mirror Rockties up every time we see the rocks come down, and we can get her pretty easily. Would have been a hell of a lot faster if a priest didn't heal her. Now, the huge advantage that Spellbreaker has is they combine all of the tools the Arcanist has with Pneumatic Burst. Because Pneumatic Burst is, like, I think, probably one of my favorite abilities in the game, and I would even go on record to say it's one of the best abilities in the game. At least as far as a defensive ability is concerned. Okay, here's an enemy that's actually kind of a problem for us. We generally don't want to stand in this guy's Aether rings. So we're going to be watching for them and moving out of the way. Because we can't dodge dots that are on the ground. We can, however, Mirror Varaktis and sort of bull our way, bullhead through our bullheadishness our way through them. Yep, so we got Spectral of Trauma. Not really worth it. Spectral Longsword of Trauma. At least we got one. Didn't one run back? Oh yeah, we're fine. I thought there was a wall there. So like I said, I want to run past Rovina here because she's really difficult for this character to deal with. Yeah, for a character, I intended this character to be super, super casual. Even when he was an Aether Ray character, I sort of wanted him to be much more in line with like a character I play for fun, rather than being super efficient. But even as a casual, for funsy character, he's turned out pretty good. I mean, obviously he's not optimized in some ways, but I can totally live with what this character does and offers and brings to the table. Oh man. Yeah, I get it. You can bone cage me. I don't want to get boned, please. Now, what's funny about Kilrian is this character, like Kilrian, does have that one dot, and I really would not want to stand in it, even with this character. But this character has so much vitality resistance that Kilrian is almost like he's not a joke. He's definitely not a joke monster, but he's not as difficult. Like I said, I don't want to be standing in that. And actually, I don't want him standing next to this pillar, in all honesty, but we'll live with it. And this is sort of the character's like one weakness, I guess you would say, is he's not great against purple named mobs. He's got a little, he's missing a little on that like hammering purple mobs really hard DPS side of things. Come on, Kilrian, take like 3 steps this way, please. We gonna do that? No? Okay. Yeah, I sometimes accidentally flash freeze heroes. But because we have nullification, we can keep that little aura of his off. And generally we will be able to handle him fairly easy with this build. I know I said it wasn't like a real build video, but I mean we're here at the build, so we might as well talk about it. It is also like, oh, Amarasta's Blade Burst is not that bad. So I think I'm gonna explore the other half of this. I just have no reason to go over there, so I rarely actually go over there. But I might as well explore around. And for the record, like, Muzalek is the last Nemesis spawn I'd want to deal with this character. I can do that too. And hey, get back here! Screams of the Aether terrified him. Muzalauk is definitely the last Nemesis spawn I'd want to deal with this guy. Which makes it funny that that's one that's probably the first one he gets. Yeah, Shadow Strike and Blitz being able to barrel through enemies is huge now. Nothing. Because you can target enemies at the back of groups just to get through groups of enemies. Okay, that's back where we started. So I can just do a quick switch. So we're going to go right back in and do that again, because that's what we're doing with this character today. I'm just going to click on every single Black Legion guy that's right here. Yeah, it's been a fun build. It's a lower power build than my Albrecht's Aether Ray guy. It's been a fun build. So I'm assuming with the way I'm timing these, the videos with Sino should be up. Whoa, 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 breaking the game, breaking the game. Where did I go just now? And that just shows where my Albrecht's Aether Ray character has gone insane with the lasers and explosions. Hang on. Okay, we definitely want this crap dead back here. It's like I'm just gonna link, like, just combo to every single priest in the area. Oh, right. I forgot. This guy can also maybe use a shield, because I have a Will of the Living floating around, and I'm actually thinking maybe Will of the Living and a Mind Warp Sword might actually be good options for him. Even though those are strictly Aether based, Will of the Living is actually a really solid shield. But I haven't felt that he needs the extra defense. Even though Will of the Living is basically like a caster offhand with the shield, the benefit of having a shield. Nothing really going on there. So yeah, anyways, the stuff with Sino, it's probably gonna happen again. So don't be surprised if you see more of those co-op vids. Whoops. I often end up tapping that by accident. So yeah, part of this character's build is cooldown reduction, which is why he's... That was funny. Which is why he's got the caster offhand instead of dual wielding or using a sword and board. But like I said, I have a Will of the Living floating around, so I might end up using it just because it's you know, a shield, and it's a really good shield, and it has all of the aspects of a caster offhand. Even though it's Aether based. Yeah, I nullified him like a second too early, dang it. Let's stand on a sigil. It's funny, I think fire res is like my one low res of the 3 elemental resistances. Luckily with skeletons, you can throw them against the wall and just wreck them like that. Ghosts you can't throw around. That's unfortunate, but I think we're doing fine against ghosts. I mean, I just said that, so let's see how Loudest Vega kills me. It's not going to be her that kills me. It's going to be that damn friggin' whoo, it's gonna be that friggin' monstrosity. He's gonna get me a couple good, just good claw swipes, and I'm dead. Oops. Whack. So obviously reflective is not as bad with this character as it is with an A3 character. Regenerator's so easy to deal with when you can nullify the regeneration. And yeah, I'm mostly running through here just looking for, like, these guys, the champions still. The champions and nobles. I'm not really seeing a lot down here right now. Logic would posit, how can you haunt a ghost? I found the way. And I did think of the Haunt Relic for this, but I have enough skills to manage it right now that I didn't really feel that I needed it. Oh, good. Yeah, we were... like, this guy just didn't even matter he was next to us. We were just wrecking him anyways. I think that's a sign that our build's working okay. Oops. Oh, what's the purple? Oh, Necromancer's Death Grips. Sort of a cool in concept, but needs work in practice glove. Okay, so that was a look at how Amarasta's Blade Burst is doing with, not the most efficient build for it, but not a bad build at all. He's doing not bad. Still looking for a good weapon. But anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.